Don't look under the internet.
We are recording on
Well, since we're recording, welcome everyone to Really Tall Podcast.
Yes, welcome. We are rebranding. We just needed a new image, and as you can see, if you're listening live on Discord, one of us is really high up.
We're watching on YouTube.
Or on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. I have decided to start doing the podcast on top of tall things.
And this is
And this
No
is that.
safety.
Welcome to Really Tall Podcast.
I was going to ask where you were and draw it out, but nope, just
no.
fuck you.
Nope. I'm on something really tall. Use your imagination.
You
That
fucking
is-
figure it out.
Holy shit. We have 23 notifications on Patreon. Why is nobody checking this?
Oh my god, I was on there earlier. Oh, I was on the app earlier. Never. I need to fucking delete that.
Speaking of 23
Whoa.
notifications on Patreon, I'm Matt, and that's Doug.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Doug.
Hey.
Good talk.
What's going on,
And that's
guys?
Jason.
Hello.
Nailed it.
I don't even know where to begin. Why are there 23? I think something's wrong with Patreon. Anyway, I'm gonna do my best to do some diluting
Clap
housekeeping.
above your head.
Um.
On it, guys.
So we've got mixed in here with like a bunch of notifications about some other shit. We've got Ryan, the Indiana cryptid. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
You're a
Thank
cryptid
you.
that lives in Indiana. I'm not a cryptid, but I live in Indiana too. We should hang out sometime.
Thank you,
So,
Ryan, and welcome.
You know how knowing that there is a cryptid named Ryan hanging out in Indiana makes me feel?
I
Does
think
it make
so.
you feel a little
Wait,
uneasy?
what's that thing? What's that thing that you say all the time, Jason?
Oh fuck. Stay paranoid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. It makes
Yeah,
me
does it
feel
make-
a little paranoid. Yeah.
About what?
About cryptids in Indiana and also really old websites on the internet.
Yeah, mid-90s websites.
Yeah, mid-90s websites.
Specifically.
They give me an uneasy feeling. Specifically websites from the years between 1994 and 1996. Can anybody think of some websites from 1994 to 1996 that might make you feel
Newgrounds.com.
paranoid?
Oh.
Was Newgrounds around?
I don't know if
I
it
don't think
was.
it
It's more
was.
early 2000s.
Yeah, it's early 2000s.
We're talking about Rotten.com today.
Hey,
Rotten.com's big brother, maybe? Little brother?
Yeah, definitely little brother.
Little brother for sure. Absolutely.
It's not Rotten.com.
It's paranoia.com, which, I mean, by itself sounds ominous as fuck, but there's another layer behind why paranoia.com is ominous.
There
Boy,
is,
howdy.
and it's
Boy, howdy
it's
is
it's an
there.
interesting one. I don't even know. I stumbled across this just off chance.
Dude, no one's ever fucking heard of this. Like, the internet has, like, nothing about it.
Yeah,
there
there's
are
very
like
very
two YouTube videos, and one of them is horrible, and the other one's in Spanish.
yeah.
So Jerry's out on that one, but
But
It
yeah,
might be
basically
great, but I don't know.
it might be.
I stumbled across this because by accidentally typing in paranoia.com, I got redirected to the Disney website.
That doesn't track.
And I was like, what the
What?
fuck is this?
What's wrong
What
with Disney?
that is?
Why would Disney make you feel unsettled? What does Disney
Well, I
have to do
mean-
with the mid-90s on the internet?
The mouse overlord always wants everyone to be paranoid, you know what I'm
Why
saying?
is he on this site? Also, before we go into that, what is this site? What was paranoia.com before?
That's a fair question to ask, actually. So paranoia.com before it was being redirected to Disney and before it was being redirected to like go.com or whatever the fuck it was.
Yep.
Basically, if you guys are familiar with like Usenet, 4chan, rotten.com actually, those all things are pretty much what this place was. So from a Reddit post, this is how it was described. Paranoia.com was a website that hosted pages created by its user. This, mixed with the lack of control of the internet in 1995, caused things to be published about drugs, prostitution, and a lot of illegal stuff. There was a minimal choice of places to get free web space in those days, and no search engine to find anything that existed, like
There was
you
no
know, Google.
GoDaddy.com.
Exactly.
No GoDaddy.
So basically, they said they remember finding a list of a handful of things, including Paranoia and websites like Turnpike that you could go to if you're familiar with that. I don't think there was like any interaction between users on this website, really. There might have been some like old-fashioned ways to communicate via like command lines and all
Carrier
that sort of good junk. Yeah, fucking smokestack.
That's actually the carrier pigeons. That's how NordVPN got their start,
Right.
and they
Oh.
transitioned into more encrypted pigeons.
Bird peeing.
They put the carrier pigeons inside of owls to encrypt the messages.
Yeah, exactly. See, we all have a handle on how this works.
Yeah, it works, but it don't though. So the strongest thing about paranoia.com is it's just one of the like many pages of the forum that that these like underground, easily accessible websites kind of were styled after. And now it's closed, obviously, but they did keep a lot of the bandwidth around of people and like people that were creating pages, so that they had a way to keep all of their archives, I guess, like safe. Now
Mm.
that was a long time ago,
Yes.
so most of these websites are not. You cannot go to them. They 404. They redirect. Whatever it is. So a lot of this is taking place in the Wayback Machine on our end.
Yep.
Which thankfully took snapshots
Oh.
of this website for quite a while.
It's a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, an
So
impressive
we have
amount,
that to look
actually.
forward to. Shit. There's a lot of different things that that you can find on this website, and we're gonna kind of delve into what you might come across when you were on this website, and then we'll kind of talk about why the fuck Disney owns this. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what you can look forward to in today's big
Yeah, absolutely.
big shit storm of an episode.
Big shit.
So
And
is that a fucking poopy?
Is that fucking shit?
I mean, that's exactly what it was, basically. It was just a big shit of links to pages
Yeah.
that were hosted on
It's
this dude's web server. It looks like what the dark web looks like now. Like if you
Oh,
go to
yeah.
like a dark
Oh.
website and there's just like a billion
100%.
fucking links to different things. That's what
No
that's essentially
effort,
what you're
like
looking
just-
at.
White on blue. That's it.
Except it was way, way easier to access than the dark web is now.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clickable links is fantastic. I love those. But yeah, no. Speaking of some of the things that you might find on this website, Matt, what are some of the things that you might find on this website? Do you
Well,
have
one
any
of the
examples
things-
for us.
Yeah, one of the things you might find on this website is political campaigns. Specifically, political campaigns about domestic terrorists. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Unipack. So
Yeah.
Unipack is a page that is linked on this website. And when you go to this page, first of all, you're greeted by an ad for a bumper sticker that you can buy by sending cash to a P.O. box that says, "Don't blame me. I voted for the Unabomber."
It sounds like a secure way to make a transaction of this nature.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like sending cash through the United States Postal Service with your name attached to the package to receive an I voted for the Unabomber sticker would be a smart thing to do. But
I feel like that would
as-
be relevant today.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody who bought something from there, their IP
Oh,
and
they're on
name
a
and
list.
address, they're on a list, 100%.
100%. Someone has been denied security clearance at some point because of this. But as you click around more on this page, you'll find out that this is actually a real political campaign to write in the Unabomber as the presidential nominee for the 1996 presidential election. And as you look more into it, you find out that this is actually a political movement that was set up by an artist from Boston named Lydia Eccles. And basically the idea is not necessarily to actually get the Unabomber elected, but to set up basically a toppling of the American political system. So the idea would be that like all these people would write in the Unabomber as the presidential candidate. The Unabomber would get elected, and then the Unabomber wouldn't actually be around to take office. So I guess they think that this just leaves the political system open to them to
It's
just
anarchy.
yeah, exactly. It just basically, it was supposed to, I guess, just like completely destabilize the American political system. But parts of their, like, what they stand for is anarchy, like you said. She had some sort of real, like, specific opinions about technology and the totalitarianism of technology, and she wanted to like get rid of a lot of like the ways that technology was controlling the American populace and stuff like that. That was something that she really harped on. There were like a whole bunch of different groups of people who were involved in this movement. They were like hardcore punks, anarchists, like 1960s anti-government, like hippie folk. But there was also one specific organization that was pretty closely tied with the Unipac. And this organization was known as the Church of Euthanasia.
Oh, boy.
Jason, you want to talk about what the Church of Euthanasia is up to?
No, I really don't, because they are an actual, like, they call themselves an anti-natalist group. And they are still active today, albeit not on paranoia.com, obviously, because they'd have to be talking through the back end of a website, which is disney.com. But the Church of Euthanasia, which is also known or abbreviated as COE, is a religion. It's a recognized religion.
They've also got a page on this server,
yes,
as well.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of links on this server. Actually, a lot of space on paranoia.com is dedicated to the Church of Euthanasia, which, I mean, it doesn't sound great, and I'm here to tell you that it's not fucking great at all. It's actually very, very, very awful.
It depends. I mean, they've got some points. They've got some points.
The dangers of getting high and reading about this kind of shit on a deep dive basis, it opens you up to being susceptible to basically agreeing with some of their points.
Oh, I was like,
yeah,
I read this bone sober and was like, you know what?
Yeah, dude,
Bone dry.
I found myself agreeing with some of these fucking pieces. I'm like, am I an anti-natalist? Like, is this what I am? I hope I'm not. I tend to like some people, but some people are pretty terrible though. But
what's their slogan, Jason?
You know what? We're gonna get to that the most popular one in just a second. I'd like to say some information about this church to, make sure that the information gets across before I say the slogan, which is immediately going to erase any type of validity that I might have had here.
Okay.
So the organization was founded in 1992 in Boston, Massachusetts by Chris Korda and Robert Kimberk, or Pastor Kim. As stated on the website, it is a non-profit educational foundation devoted to restoring balance between humans and the remaining species on Earth. That doesn't sound bad at all, right? It sounds environmentalist, environmentally friendly, like we're making sure that we're not just using all the space for ourselves, right?
Yeah, keep reading though.
Yeah, I'll keep reading. Its members affirm that this can only turn into a great reality by massive voluntary population reduction, which will depend on a leap in human consciousness to species awareness.
You want to explain like I'm 5 what that means?
Yeah, so if you're a 5-year-old and listening to this, stop, because this is an explicit only.
How did you get here?
Also, trigger warning. All the shit that we are about to talk about is fucking awful and terrible, and we don't condone any of it.
It depends on how you look at it. I'm standing by that stance.
And that is also the lens we are going to take when viewing this content. So also, more reason that if you're 5 years old to get the fuck out right now, please.
We're about to get
Remember,
into
we
the
do it
morally gray area.
It's the Diluti way. We either do or we don't agree with some of the things. It's up to you to figure out which ones.
Which one you think that we agree with. And that way we are not putting a hard opinion and our name on the same line. But to explain what I just said, like you are 5, again, it's a nonprofit educational foundation devoted to restoring balance between humans and the remaining species on Earth. What that means, the voluntary part is actually the only redeeming quality of this whole sentence. But what that means is that we think the balance of humans has tipped too far in the favor of humans, and we need to give the rest of the species some breathing room. So we should kill ourselves. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. I did say trigger warning, and
there's a lot of Gen Zs that are listening to this right now going, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck yes. And so in that same vein, as Matt was mentioning earlier, their most popular slogan is save the planet, kill yourself.
Hell yeah.
Feet up. What was it? Face up, feet together, front lawn.
Yeah, you got it.
And the last one.
Fart.
So its founding ideology is it's set up in one singular commandment, and it's just thou shalt not procreate. So as long as you are not adding to the human problem, you are good.
See, this is where I'm saying they got some points.
See, I agree. I will say I agree that Earth is overpopulated.
It's
there are
also
too many people
our
on it.
one rule.
Yeah, it is. You know what? You're right. So far, so good. So far, Diluti and the Church of Euthanasia have a lot in common.
Same
and
rules.
I need a drink after saying that fucking sentence. I don't like that.
You think Mike is coming back, but we actually kicked him out.
Yeah, and
if you're listening to this, Mike, here's a good segue for you to make another video.
Holy shit. So again, save the planet, kill yourself, thou shalt not procreate. It's got 4 pillars, as most established institutions do. And these are the basically the 4 tenets that this organization abides by, what they push out most vehemently. They're not good. 4 main pillars are suicide, optional but encouraged. Abortion may be required to avoid procreation. Cannibalism, mandatory if you insist on eating flesh, but only if someone is already dead. And sodomy, any sexual act not intended for procreation. Now the church
Are these not good? I mean,
Yes.
Obviously, suicide.
Cannibalism is not good, Matt.
Well, but if they're already dead,
They are. You know what? Do you want to play in this space for a sec? You want to play in this morally gray area with me
and
for a
sodomy.
bit?
If sodomy is any sexual act not intended for procreation, I
do that to myself every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally every day.
So I mean, they've
honestly,
got some points. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like I'm actually one of those people that thinks cannibalism should be perfectly legal if and only if the person was willing or the person was already dead and it had nothing to do with the people eating that person.
Yeah, if they signed a waiver.
Kind of like roadkill.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Shit's already dead. Like, fuck it. Why not? Now, I am not here to condone the eating of human flesh because human flesh is one of the only things that contains something called prions, which will basically you'll wind up getting something called spongiform encephalitis, which turns your brain into Swiss cheese, and you can't do anything anymore because of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat.
So I don't condone eating human flesh because of that. Now, with that out of the way, if you still choose to do it, I don't fucking care. But yeah, these are the
What if
four.
people
what if
can
you
agree
cook
to
the
donate
meat?
their bodies to science? Why can't they donate their bodies to be eaten if they want?
Yep.
To Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like. Can I have some of the Jeremy El Pastor, please? How fresh is that? Oh, it was actually just arrived here this morning. Oh, perfect. Please, I'll take 3. What kind of world? That'd be a fucking fun world to live in.
I'm just. It's all like
The cemetery.
churning up here.
The cemetery is just like your cow farm. Like,
half priced fucking leg day or some shit.
Half price.
everybody would love leg day then.
You never skip leg day.
No, absolutely not.
Half
But no, so
Soylent Green.
Matt, I agree with you. Some of these are not inherently evil. However, this is absolutely the foundations of evil. Like this is the framework for what can become.
Inherently evil.
Oh
For
God,
sure.
yes. So I'm gonna save the thing that's attached for after we talk about
Yeah.
some fun stuff. But that's the basics of the Church of Euthanasia. The one thing I do want to go over is attached to the Church of Euthanasia is complete instructions on butchering, field dressing, and eating a human being.
Oh,
I didn't know you could
skipped a
field
little
dress
piece
human
of
beings or-
trivia that's at the bottom of the Church of Euthanasia's Wikipedia page.
Wait, what?
A little bit. If you go to the Church of Euthanasia's Wikipedia page, there's a bit of trivia at the bottom that says in 2003, their instructions on how to kill yourself had to be removed from their website because a 52-year-old woman used them to commit suicide in Missouri, which resulted in legal threats against the organization.
Why would you have those there if you like? Who puts that there and then goes, "Oh, I didn't expect anyone to do it," but also like,
Well, I don't think they
pretext that
removed-
by.
See, the way I read it is I don't think that they removed them because she killed herself. They removed them because they were threatening legal action.
Because it was because of the legal action.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, they were trying to be compliant.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes more sense and is also kind of shitty, but fucking hell. But no, there's a whole recipe for butchering the human carcass for human consumption by someone named Bob Arson.
Bob Arson.
Yes, Bob Arson.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a here's just a little excerpt from it. The butcher will need a fairly roomy space in which to work. An interior location is suggested, and a large table for butcher's block. Body preparation. Acquiring your subject is up to you. For best results in health, freshness is imperative. A living human in captivity is optimal, but not always available. When possible, make sure the animal has no food for 48 hours, but plenty of water. Fasting helps flush the system, purging stored toxins and bodily wastes, as well as making bleeding and cleaning easier. That's actually that's spot fucking on. Oh God, why am I agreeing with this? And then it goes over like how to do it. It tells you should hang them and then bleed them, like completely drain them of blood, behead them, and then skin it. And it's all very fucking detailed. I'm not going to go over all of these things on this podcast right now, saying it out loud into the
Probably just
ether.
a bad idea.
It's not a great idea. I'm going to stop where
We say
I
K the P all the time. It's fine.
we do, but we don't give
But we don't get
detailed
instructions.
by
Somebody
the book
tried to
DIY
today.
instructions.
This
Huh?
week. Somebody tried to this week. They drove a U-Haul into the White House gates.
Oh God, was there anything in the U-Haul?
Nazi flag.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus,
It
God.
tells you all about the level of brain cells.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
about step one, okay, and then I just kind of figured I'd wing it. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
That's fair.
Not
but-
a smart cookie.
And most of the people that do shit like that are not. But the real treasure on this instructions for butchering and eating a human carcass is at the very bottom, and it gives what's called Bob Arson's White Devil Dinky Dow Motherfucker Barbecue sauce, not barbecue, barbecue
Babadook sauce?
Babaku.
barbecue sauce. it's a lot of fucking ingredients, and most of them are very normal. There's beer, liquid smoke, brown sugar, molasses, vinegar, garlic, uh, beef bouillon, salt, pepper, paprika, and then you get to the very, very bottom where it says ashes of one fine, thin joint. Guessing that's from the person you just fucking killed and are about to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Doug
Yeah.
and I, after this, are gonna make this sauce real quick. We will tell you how it is.
If you're wondering why Mike doesn't come back again,
He's missing a
because
joint.
we are eating him.
But yeah, that's about all I really want to go into when it comes to the Church of Euthanasia. I'll go over more later, but for right now, we've got something else to talk about.
Yes, this part of the website really sent me down a fucking rabbit hole. I mean, it's nothing. It's not a rabbit hole like you'd think. There's just so many fucking links in this part that I was clicking
yeah.
for days. However, there were a lot of links that no longer exist, even with the Wayback Machine. But that's fine. But basically, this is their drug archive.
Mm-hmm.
They have like probably at least 10 different like user profiles that will take you to some sort of ginormous drug factoid like archive. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them, but I am going to go over the one that I found the most interesting, and that was called the Psychoactive Archive. And it was just laden with everything that you could possibly want to know or find out about drugs. So, when you go there, the very top, it asks you to read the like disclaimer. So I'm going to read that to you right now. This is an attempt at archiving the vast amounts of information on psychoactive substances and related information that is scattered throughout the net. I am aware that there are countless pages that give links to various drug archives, drug homepages, drug-related organizations, and everything else to do with drugs, but none of them is very well organized or complete. This one pretty much encompasses everything I've been able to find on the subject in an orderly, organized fashion. Sections have been organized via an OT-esque categorization of psychoactive substances. Other labels such as psychedelics, narcotics, or hallucinogens have a really racist ring to them, making it almost impossible for the uninitiated to keep an open mind. Therefore, I urge all who read these pages to try and assimilate OT's vocabulary. Most of the documents and archives I have linked to were not written by me, so the standard disclaimer should be kept in mind. Most of the material on the site goes against the interests of the government and isn't exactly the safest stuff to archive. But fortunately, discussing illegal substances is not yet illegal. If you have any suggestions for improvement, blah, 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 shoot me an email. So, if that doesn't tell you what you're about to get into, I don't know what does, but ooh, this is like seriously, meticulously sorted out. All of the information you could possibly think of.
Yep.
They go over entheogens, so you've got your ecstasies, mescalines, trupetamines, DMT, LSD, ketamine, mushrooms. You've got all of that listed. You've got your amphetamines, cocaine, caffeine, meth, anything else that puts you in an upward mood. You've got your nootropics, aka smart drugs. You've got legal drugs. They've got resources for books on drugs, online resources for and about drugs, drug-related organizations, how to buy drugs online.
Dude, my favorite drug dealer is the FedEx driver.
Hell yeah, dude. Gets here on
Hell
time,
yeah,
and I can track them.
2-3 days.
They have links on how to make and synthesize your own drugs. They've got frequently asked questions about drugs. They've got links on links on links to anything drug related. And then they just have some like really trippy websites to go on while you're on drugs.
Oh, that's
Which I thought was
that's a
really
nice
funny.
addition. Yeah, that's an
It is.
Right. He knew what he was doing.
They're thinking about the baby after it's born.
Yeah, right. Now, seriously,
unlike the
you
Church
can-
of Euthanasia.
Unlike the Church of Euthanasia, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
dichotomy there.
There's a really weird melting pot of things on this website, huh?
There really is.
So maybe they can find like, I don't know, birth control is like, hey, it's full circle. I don't know. I'll shut up. But anyway, so most of these different links, if you're looking through the Wayback Machine, they do not work, but some are captured via the Wayback Machine. So like, I think the last image of this website was 1997, and pretty much any link you click will be from that same date for that website in 1997.
Yep.
Not
up to date at all.
No, not up to date. It's just like green background, blue text, and then like a little GIF, like fucking something like swirling around in the background.
Really poorly animated 3D thing.
Oh yeah,
it's what all of our MySpaces looked like back
No,
in
it's
the
worse
day.
than that.
Just like
It's way worse.
oh,
than
it really is.
some other horse eyes. Or no, laughing horse orifices. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
Right. So yeah, most of these different links that you can click on, really honestly, just the way the internet was set up back then, it was like one link led you to a page that was just like 45 other links, and then you'd click on one of those, and then finally you would either make it to some long post that was like way too long for anybody's good about the topic, or it led you to another link of links. So
Right. Well,
if
there was
it
no Google,
tells you
so you just had to get to places by going to other places.
exactly. But yeah, no, it was really it truly, some of the stuff I was reading was honestly just wild. Like I stumbled across someone's like full acid trip that they had written out. I saw a thing about how to make 2CI or 2CB or whatever it's called.
Oh,
I was
damn.
like, what the fuck? Like things I don't need to know but now have read. Is
Things
that is
no
where
one
I
should
landed.
know, if we're
Um,
being honest.
Yeah, it was like truly an endless experience that I could have had. I mean, it took forever to look through in the first place, but regardless,
Which
like,
is
I think
crazy
it's
to me because it's
fun.
art. It is. I find this fucking awesome. Like I lost myself in this site.
The internet should
And
still be
there's-
like this. We should get rid of certain
I
things.
Just
I
the wild
wish.
fucking west, 100% of the time. Yeah, dude, and the thing that I kept thinking about was that like this is just an archive. Like this is a fraction of what this site actually used to be. Like this used to have so much more to it. And then my brain goes, "What the fuck else was here?"
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
well, the other thing is you have to keep in mind all of the information you're reading on this website, if you are using the Wayback Machine, is all
Oh,
only
yes.
up till 1996, 97. So keep that in mind, I guess.
The language was. I was about to say more liberal, but I don't mean it in the way that that we all think. I mean,
people
it's-
didn't censor themselves. Though isn't that
Oh
what
yeah,
the-
there was zero censoring.
Isn't that what this entire thing is about, though? Like, I think
Yes.
this guy set it up as like a free speech platform where literally anybody could post whatever they wanted to, as long as the
Yep.
FBI wasn't going to come knocking on his door.
Oh yeah,
He
was-
did say something about like trying to get a porn blocker though for like
all the porn that's on this
Well,
fucking
it
site.
didn't work.
It did not
tried
fucking
to.
work. But again, he wanted to be open and free for everybody, which so that I admire 100%. And I can't really attribute any of the things that are actually on here to like the owner and whoever hosted this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's free speech. So like he just says fucking talk about whatever you want, and then that happened, and now we're looking at it and going, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
You have anything else on drugs, Doug?
I mean, like I said, there was like at least 10 other different users who were archiving drug related information. This one just looked and happened to be the best in my opinion that I was looking at. Because the other one that I had was literally just called like I think it was like the drug archive. So
Yeah. Yep.
it's there's a lot of the same stuff going on. I'm sure a lot of overlapping links, a lot of different like the same stuff happening over and over again. But there definitely when you go into that like page list of all the different users and their pages, well that was available at this time. Like half of them are like just like drugs, mushrooms. You want drugs? Archive drugs.
Here's
And
how
it's
you
like,
get drugs.
all right, we get it, guys.
We
Like,
get it. Drugs.
I'm just looking for the prostitution.
There was a lot of that.
There
a ton of that.
There was a lot of that.
What else we got there,
Yeah.
Matt?
What else can we find on this fascinating fucking website?
So mixed
oh God,
in,
not that.
mixed in between all of the pages that are basically just more directories of porn and prostitution and information about sex in different countries and things like that, and also mixed in with the endless supply of political links to different people's political opinions is a site called the Republic of Texas. And now you can probably guess what the gist of this, what just based on the name, you can probably guess what the gist of this page is. And it's probably exactly what you think it is, but with the crazy dialed up even more.
Oh yeah.
So, like, brief history lesson, Texas used to be its own country. So it was part of Mexico until like the 1830s, and then it declared independence from Mexico and was just like chilling by itself for a little bit, and then eventually it got absorbed into the U.S. in like 1845. So this website is a group of people that believe that 1845 annexation of Texas was illegal. And so they think that Texas should continue to be its own country to this day. And so when you go to this website, you'll find a lot of links, sadly, many of which are broken. I still spent like an hour looking at this website, clicking on links, and a lot of the links are broken. But there are links to drafts of documents that these people drafted and sent to the United States government requesting that Texas be recognized as its own country again. There are links to responses that they got, which I am sorry for the people who had to waste their time replying to these things. But responses that they got denying such requests. It's basically just a lot of that. There's also links to like forms that you can fill out to request citizenship to this Republic of Texas government, and they'll even give you a passport. So, like, if you look outside this website for more information about the Republic of Texas, this went on for like a long time, even after this website stopped existing. Like, as recently as like within like the last 10 years, there's been activity by people who are like still part of this group. And it like the more you read into it, just the crazier and crazier it gets. But this was like their early internet presence. It was essentially a group of people who were trying to set up a government for the Republic of Texas to like try to reclaim Texas from the U.S. Yeah.
Can you imagine if Texas was its own fucking country right now?
It basically is.
I
It's
mean,
trying.
yeah, it's got like its own power grid. They kind of do their own thing.
It kind of fucked them over
It's-
too.
Well, yeah,
several
yeah, kind of.
Kind of just a bit. But yeah, they're trying to be independent, just not in title, I guess. And also, if they need help, they're just gonna call Uncle Sam.
Right. What else did you guys
That's-
find?
I mean, in the same vein of what I was talking about earlier, there's another page called it's a link called the Gaia Liberation Front.
Mm.
This literally makes the Church of Euthanasia look like a children's fucking program easily. So the biggest difference that I found between the Gaia Liberation Front and the Church of Euthanasia was it's just technical wording. Where so the Church of Euthanasia supports voluntary, we'll call it suicide. And doesn't have a problem with death as long as it's again voluntary. The Gaia Liberation Front, their object. This is actually directly from their constitution. Their object is not merely the continuation of life on Earth, which is, for all we know, the only life in the universe, but the preservation of the planetary ecosystem, or Gaia, with as much of its integrity and variety as can be saved. The humans have been usefully compared to a cancer or a virus, but it seems the most fruitful way of viewing humans is an alien species, which is why we use the definite article in the capital H when saying humans. The humans evolved on Earth, but have become alienated from it. They are conscious of their alienation, drawing a distinction between human and the natural, and proud of it. So essentially, the Gaia Liberation Front thinks that we are aliens that are invading this world. And so the cure for that disease, that virus, that alien infection is just genocide. It's just pure, unadulterated fucking genocide. They use murder, use suicide, don't procreate, like any fucking means, kill as many people as you can, more or less. And it's just, it's awful. And they have an appendix. They've got quotes from like different experts in the field. They have a Q&A section, but they have this whole constitution that basically upholds the fact that humans are evil. They're not supposed to be here. They're ruining this planet. Gaia is its own thing, and we are destroying it completely. So we should all commit mass fucking suicide at the same time to make sure that we all just die. 100% dead. DED.
Dead.
Dead or no?
Yeah, I don't like it.
If you ever meet anybody that
like
says that they are a part of the Gaia Liberation Front, fucking run. And just run.
They will murder you.
They might.
One day
They
we're just
fucking
gonna be
might.
like, I've heard of that before. Oh, okay.
Oh, oh no.
It sounds so nice. Like, it sounds just so well-meaning. And then you read about it and you're like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And some of the questions and answers are like, well, what if humans went back to like the Paleolithic lifestyle where we're not like using all of these, like, we're not polluting the planet and destroying things. They're like, oh, that's a nice sentiment, but nope. Just fucking die. Just die. All of you die. Dead, dead, dead. Oh, and there are so many people talking about this. These guys actually have their own like not third party at this point. Their own website, their own membership page, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, they're still operating, just, not on paranoid.com.
Yeah. I wonder
What about you,
where are they? I don't know. I found a link that was just called Bob Evans, and I was like,
Like the restaurant?
what could
Yeah, like the
what could
restaurants.
I mean, that's what I assumed. I was
Okay.
like, am I gonna learn some trade secrets of like how to make a great Bob Evans biscuit and gravy meal? In fact, no. I was greeted with the Joyce and Bob homepage, where it in fact actually asks you to download some sort of something that I am not going to do.
That's probably
Entitled
better.
Passport, and it's literally just some dickhead just writing about his fucking honeymoon.
Do we want to have Mike download this file? Just just like, here, we have a file for you. Can you just download it and tell us what's in
Yeah,
there?
just give his computer AIDS. It's fine. But if anybody wants to have a good time, email Bob Evans at ix.netcom.com and tell me what happens.
Netcom.
Netcom.
My God.
Netcom.
I wonder if that,
ix.netcom.com.
I wonder if that email address is still active.
Ask
Yeah,
for
you should email
Joyce's
Bob and see what he's up to.
Bob's.
Can you click his email?
I shouldn't.
You
but
shouldn't.
I did. Oh, it's in. We're in the way
open
back
that
machine.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
fine.
way back. Oh my God, it goes somewhere.
It was. Oh, see, this is the fucking thing.
Yeah, get the fuck off that page. Your computer's about to like get fucking AIDS for sure.
Yeah, I didn't download anything, so we're fine. But
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really funny though. Like just going. There's a little link you can click on the homepage, and it's just like, here's 300 links of fun shit, and it's like.
I feel like that was
Alright, cool.
everybody's website back in the 90s. Like, here's just a list of shit I found on the internet.
Like I clicked one that said it was called Dead People Server. Nothing happens.
It's
I was
literally, I
upset.
saw you click that and it's literally just says dead people. And that's all of it.
I saw that
And,
one. I did not
we
click
got-
it, though.
The Club Love Adult Play. Oh, the Ass Gallery.
The ass gallery. What's in the ass gallery?
Click.
You have to click it.
Have
I
you
did.
found Asian Hottie
Says
of the
pieces-
month? Yes.
Oh, it's just
It moved.
It's assgallery.com in case anybody was
Oh,
wondering.
That might be a real site.
We got titties on parade. We got
Is that like pink elephants on parade?
I don't know. There's a lot of sex stuff, but there's also
There's
like
a lot of sex stuff.
blasphemy.net.
There's a
Um,
lot of people's like personal web pages filled with their own musings about their anxiety about the government taking away their rights to free speech. There's a lot
Yep.
of that.
Yep. Honestly, the thing that connects all of these quote unquote free speech sites is that
Is that they're all paranoid.
they're all paranoid as fuck. They all think that the government is coming for specifically them because
Yeah.
they think that they have nothing better to do. And they all
Yeah.
congregate and they think up these weird ways that this can all happen and try to defend against it.
The funny
Which makes for
thing.
Go ahead.
The funny thing about looking back on this, like in retrospect, is like this. So this this web server was just basically a server that this guy set up, I assume in his house, where he just like runs Linux and basically just gives people accounts to this server because he has like his own personal little page on the thing that you can go read about the project and read about him and stuff, and like his list of personal shit that he's found on the internet that he finds interesting. Kevin TX, that's his name.
Kevin Texas, that's right. Yeah.
I saw that name getting tossed around.
Anyway, so like the idea is that basically he just has this web server and he'll just give anybody that wants one an account, and he doesn't do any content moderation or anything, and just people just build their own websites on this server. But the thing that I was getting at is like looking back on this, so much of this stuff, like these people seemed like they thought the internet was going to be way more important than it actually, like that this sort of stuff on the internet was going to be way more important than it actually is. Like nobody gives a fuck about your personal webpage, Kevin. Like you are still allowed to say what you want on the internet. Like just go to Facebook, like
yeah, exactly.
Or like
you saying that actually made me realize something. All of these sites, like they put emphasis on archiving this important data.
Right.
All of them do it, and it's like
there's one that's literally just the U.S. Constitution.
I know, like you can find that fucking everywhere.
Well, they were afraid it was going to get removed
pizza
from the internet or something.
I know, like, nope, it's gone, and we don't have access to it anymore. What happened?
Can you imagine though, like being around in like the early days of the internet? Like, I mean, I know we were,
Y2K?
but let's say we were our age then, and we were on the internet, and like. You're just like you're seeing all these websites in this like really shit ass fashion, right? Like,
yeah,
it's just someone put some text on a background and there's links, and like that's all you know about the internet. It's like we don't have all these like YouTubes and like bullshit now.
Yeah,
like people probably thought that this was like some like underground shit that wasn't gonna get as popular as it did, and they were like, we need to keep this a sacred space for our fucking.
Dude, the internet
uploading homepage where we can.
Please come on, let's go.
I found one that's called the Mind Uploading homepage, and it just says the Mind Uploading homepage is dedicated to the putative future process of copying one's mind from the natural substrate of the brain into an artificial one, and it literally goes in to tell you all the neuroscience behind it, all the procedures behind doing this, and then there's words that I've never heard before that go into what I'm assuming is more of how this works, and then it goes into its philosophy and the policies and its effects. Like these people were fucking nuts.
To be fair,
and it's a cool idea for sure. But
my brother is currently trying to make this a reality. That's what he's doing right now.
Written by. Oh my god.
How was my brother on this site before he was born? Yeah. I hope he's not taking pointers from this fucking website.
I'm sure he did. Why don't you send this to him? Maybe it'll change his research up a bit.
Here, read this. This is important.
You ever heard of a Moravec procedure?
This website is basically just Wikipedia for schizophrenic people.
Yeah. It's like if Wikipedia had like a mental episode, this is what came out the other side.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What I will say about this website though is there are like some links of adult nature that I read the title of it and there was no description and I was like, I'm not clicking on that.
Yep.
Like, so I don't know.
A lot of those.
I don't know what's in there, but
yeah,
it's probably not archived anymore. But
I mean. Yeah. Why would you?
Yeah.
To be fair, I clicked on way more links than I should have.
Yeah. Oh, there was one that I made a note of was a personal website from a guy named Justin that like intimately details each one of his sexual encounters throughout his entire life, and then like has pictures of him cross-dressing, and then like detailed explanations of his sexual encounters with the women that he's had sex with. And like their names and everything, and in some cases even pictures of them. And
what the fuck?
Super strange.
That's such a weird thing to just fucking put onto the internet like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever heard of the oh my god, what was the fucking name? There was a famous like whenever a new chat string by this user came out, I forget what he was on. was like Jolly Roger or something like that, but it was essentially him going into like sex chat rooms and role playing a weird pirate when he absolutely shouldn't have been role playing a weird pirate.
Amazing.
He has so many different text logs, and that's kind of what the
Right.
sexual fucking erotica, memoirs, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
It's
That's what
not
it
written in
reminds
an
me of.
erotic way. That's what's striking about it. Is like it's literally just like the most dry, like
Scientific way.
fact based. Like this is what happened with this woman. Isn't that interesting?
That's amazing. Yeah, there are definitely some fucking gems on this on even just the archived version of this website. I mean, I had a lot of fun digging through it.
I still want to dig through it.
Dude, same. You still are digging through
I know,
it.
I'm doing
currently.
it
like,
right
You are
now.
not doing your job as a podcast host because you're digging through paranoia.com.
I started reading some of those links from the Mind Upload thing, and you can tell like had to have been like a 15 to 16-year-old just being like one of the links was, what's a human? And it's like, it could be argued that once you upload your mind, you are no longer a human. That was it.
Nope. And we're done. We are done here.
It's like,
you are an
all right.
idiot.
I'm glad I spent my time looking at this.
I do have a real question, and I know we asked it at the very beginning. And
Right.
It got lost in the scuffle for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does paranoia.com redirect to disney.com?
That is a great question, Jason. Why don't you answer that?
I will do my best, and I am so sorry for how disappointing the fucking answer is.
Oh, for sure.
But it is an answer. So technically, it is owned by ABC, which is owned by Disney, so it's under the same umbrella. But, it's not a lot. it's again, I'm so sorry for how unsatisfying this is, but apparently, Disney had something in the works, or ABC, one of the two, had something in the works called Paranoia. And in order to prepare for that, they bought the domain name paranoia.com.
That checks out.
Was that satisfying?
No. And
That would have been like what I would have guessed, probably.
Yeah.
it's, I don't know if you like looked through it or not, but if you look at the timeline on the Wayback Machine,
Mhm.
I think if you go to January of 2019, that's the first time you see the website redirect to Disney.
Mhm.
And then like there's like this weird chunk of like 3 or 4 months where it's redirecting to go.com.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know what that is, to be fair.
I wonder if they
but-
just lost the domain.
Oh,
and it
1,000%.
reverted back to
And just
the
bought it back,
and then just fuck this. And they're like, "Oh, maybe we will do this. Let's buy it again."
Well, imagine they probably bought like 20 years or some shit like in 1993,
Yeah.
and then
And then it expired.
yeah,
And they were like, "Oh, we didn't do anything with this." Well, we might still.
And then some intern had to be like, ah, fuck.
Are you fucking kidding me? God. I want to know. So Doug actually sent an email to Disney, like one of their representatives, asking about it. And I've read a couple of stories on Reddit. Apparently, people have done the same. Unfortunately, we did not get a message back. I'm sure they're just fucking tired of like answering this.
Yeah.
I
Right.
I don't know.
There's
Like,
probably
they
like an
probably saw it
inbox
and was
rule
like-
that's like paranoia.com delete.
Delete
yeah.
immediately. Yeah. And like, I don't fucking blame them because like, I feel like the most logical way to think about this is that they wanted to use the domain for a possible future project that never actually came to fruition. But instead of letting it go back into the public domain, they just held on to it, especially considering its history, maybe? Like,
Or Disney has a fetish for owning things and IP and stuff. And like they literally
one.
may have
That's the
just been like finding one word domain names that they could just scoop up because they've got too much money.
yeah, that sounds right. That
and they
sounds
were like,
the mouse.
oh, we can buy paranoia.com. It's oneword.com for $10,000. Fucking write a check.
Sure.
Right.
We'll make that back. Okay, and we already have it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, seriously.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm so sorry for like I wish there was we had this whole climactic buildup about like what was going on in the site, and then we bring back up Disney owns the site. What the fuck does that mean? Well, sorry guys, sometimes the truth is very dull.
I bet there's like someone in like the Disney upper echelon that was like a frequent of paranoia.com.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they were just waiting for the fucking day to, you know, scoop up the domain. They were like had a fucking countdown on their wall
Oh,
at
yeah.
home. Like,
It was
10
just
more
like their
weeks,
own
Sally!
personal nostalgia collectible.
I must own it.
You must own it. Some of the comments about like several people have asked this question on Reddit, and a lot of people seem to think that Disney is the largest child sex trafficking ring in the world.
Mm.
A lot of people, like a fuckload of people. One of the discussions, like somebody asked, like, "Hey, it says that it redirects me to Disney. Like, why is that?" 2 comments get posted, and then the rest of the conversation is just between people who are talking about how Disney traffics children and like
Well, if you
give
want to go,
specifics but no sources. you know the type.
Just like Wayfair.com does.
Yes.
You can actually buy a cabinet. Comes with a child.
yeah. Well, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, one of the things that paranoia.com did have in its list of links was a page about the Clintons that was basically like Pizzagate conspiracy stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe Disney bought it just to shut that down. Just
Maybe.
because they were exposing them. And they were like, nah, we got to do something about that.
Well, which is actually kind of funny because you actually can't, like, a lot of the Pizzagate videos like get immediately taken down now. Like, you can't even really like go and watch them anymore.
So this is just a case of the lady doth protest too much. Is what you're saying?
Let's just we have a special guest. It's Q, everyone.
Yeah, we found him. We know who he is. He's here. Say hi, Q.
George, you know who Q is? I don't know if Joel Haver uploaded a video this week where Curious George discovers the
Curious George exposes the QAnon cult.
yeah, basically that's essentially what it
That's
is. He's on his
amazing.
deathbed and confesses to Theodore that he has done a lot of investigating and seen things that he can't unsee.
God damn it. Well, unfortunately, yeah, like I said, guys, this is fucking super upsetting that the explanation is so anticlimactic. The original paranoia.com website was definitely an interesting, weird, and fucked up site that I honestly thought more people would have known about, considering all the shock sites that come out. There's like I feel like 24 total people know about this site. You know what I mean?
It seems like there's less of a community for this thing, which I guess makes sense since it closed down so long ago. But I don't know, shit, fucking when I was like 7 or 8, like I was going to rotten.com. I never heard of this.
Oh yeah, same.
Like I was going to all those fucking weird sites.
And this one's being mentioned in the same breath as rotten.com.
Yeah, pretty much.
Though I
mean,
think it's significantly less nefarious than rotten.com. Like I
definitely
didn't
less
find
nefarious.
any like gore pages or anything like that.
Oh, I found a gore one.
Yes.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't look.
Literally
hard enough.
the
There's 300
picture-
links, so.
there's so many, and that's just the archived ones. Yeah, but the literal picture of the Church of Euthanasia's 4 pillars is it shows
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
at the top, but then it literally shows a picture of suicide. It shows a picture of cannibalism.
Yeah.
It shows all of it.
It
And
shows butt fucking.
I literally clicked over to that tab while we were recording, and I just go, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, but are there pages like Rotten where it's like this is just pictures of horrible
Yeah,
things that have happened to
I
humans?
found a link that was called like Dave's Gore Playground
Oh,
or
okay.
something
All
like
right, cool.
that.
Neato. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess that
Yeah, I
is
had a
there.
few of those too.
Neat.
Yeah, gore galore.
You just gotta dig a little deeper, you know.
Just gotta be looking for it. Just gotta know what you're looking
Just-
for. All right.
Apparently, if your mind's eye is looking for that, you'll find it. And Doug and I,
Well, you have to sift past through all the like,
all the porn.
all the porn and
Yeah.
There's a porn wall here, so
I
you
mean,
get by that. and-
I will admit that there were certain points that I didn't do my due diligence here because there were certain points where I was like, I'm just not clicking on that. I'm just.
Oh, dude, same.
Not gonna click on
Absolutely.
well, what I find is that you're sort of semi-safe going through the Wayback Machine because it kind of like keeps you in like the secure Wayback Machine.
It's
I
like
assume if there's
website.
anything that's too bad that wouldn't be archived anymore.
Yeah, and to be frank, I mean, if they got rid of all the links that weren't working, you'd probably be left with like maybe 100 links at this point.
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It's not a lot. It's dwindling by the day, I'm sure.
Well, I don't think they delete things.
No, yeah, that would take effort. I don't think that happens. You guys have anything else to say about this? Do we want to decide if this is an actual dangerous website, or do we want to label it as safe and gone, lost to time?
Yeah.
Define dangerous, as in
Could you use this this website to inflict harm on somebody?
you could use this website to inflict harm on yourself.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I would venture to say that this is still a very, very much so a dangerous website, even though it is no longer active. It's archived.
I would say that as well, because they literally give you the recipes to synthesize drugs, which
Mhm.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do drugs,
do them,
but
responsibly.
be smart
Don't-
about it if you're going to. And
make
I'm
them
not
yourselves.
I'm not telling you to do drugs,
Wink.
but like be smart.
I'm gonna say that this website is probably potentially harmful to your psyche, and to tread with confidence. Like I said earlier, I chose not to look too far under the internet on this one, just for my own like mental stability. And I you know what? I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but just tread carefully.
We say it in the title of our fucking podcast. Don't look under the fucking internet, people. It's weird. It's dangerous. It's full of this shit.
Full of
We're not
big Asian titties, gore,
And Bob Evans.
and
Bob Evans ski trip. We're not your dads,
That's-
but we are. So take what we say and maybe do or don't do whatever we say.
Do whatever you want.
Whatever's most confusing for yourself.
whatever makes our messaging
The
less
least
clear.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
what we want.
Whatever you can do to convolute this as much as possible, please. Go ahead.
But some places you can go on the internet are Diluti.com. You can go to Diluti.com and you can find links to other things on the internet, like our social media pages, like our TikTok, like our Twitter, like our Instagram, like our hashtag DilutiPod ? Hat emoji.
Yeah, it's spelled
Yeah.
just like that. This is the correct spelling. So if you can't find us,
Okay.
make sure you put this in exactly.
All
It's
right,
Diluti
great.
Pod, not Diluti Poo, which it might look like,
Mm,
but it's
I can
not,
see that.
I swear.
I can see that. It looks like a D to me. You can go to youtube.com/@DilutiPod, and you'll find video versions of all of our episodes, as well as the occasional extra bonus crap. And yeah, we're DilutiPod everywhere. Just Google "Don't Look Under the Internet" or Diluti. You'll find us, and especially you'll find us at Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/DilutiPod. You can give us something, you can give us nothing, and then you can go fuck yourself. Not if
Yep,
you give us
either way.
something. If you don't give us something, you can go fuck
Well,
yourself.
But if you do give us something, you can go fuck yourself as a reward.
And there
yes,
you go.
It's all about the framing.
You can fuck yourself gently or
As hard as you
and
want.
the
really.
Doug, what do you have
Nicest
to say?
possible way. Well,
If we go any further, we're going to start giving jack off instructions, and I don't think we want to do that yet.
take your hand. I mean, that's basically my sign off, anyways.
I guess, yeah.
Take your peen and take your bean, and somewhere on the website, paranoia.com, there's a FAQ where you can learn what to do exactly with your peen and bean, to make sure that you are just coming all over the place.
Coming
So,
ropes.
Okay.
fucking do with that what you will.
Hell yeah. Jason, what do you have to add to that?
Holy shit, this is the most appropriate episode for my normal sign off.
Yeah.
Stay fucking paranoid, everybody, and that's really all I have to say. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Paranoia.
Stay parrots. Damn it, I fucked it up.
Okay.
Anyway, Matt, what do you have to say to the people, the beautiful people?
Paranoid.com/DilutiPod.
Yeah, if you go to paranoia.com/DilutiPod, you'll have a beautiful time. Goodbye, everybody.
We
Good-
love you.
good-
Oh,
goodbye.
one thing. Hey, in the spirit of Mike,
Mm-hmm.
what are you drinking?
What
What are you
are
thinking?
you thinking?
There's a
There's a
bottle
bottle
here.
here.
and It's empty. Yeah. What are you drinking, Doug?
I am drinking Blake's Hard Cider Passion Seeker Pineapple Passion Fruit
Passion
plus
Seeker.
Guava
That's a lot of peas.
Passion Poop
Passion
Pineapple
pussy. Got it.
Double jointed pussy.
It's yeah, it's pretty good. What about you, Jason?
I have something called Oh Mama Renegade. It's actually a craft pilsner, which I haven't really seen before, but it's actually pretty fucking good considering it's a pilsner.
Gross.
I know. I think you tried it and you didn't like it.
It was all right. It was whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really drink beer. I'm just doing it tonight because I don't feel like drinking whiskey tonight.
same.
Just don't
Matt,
feel
how
like
about
it.
you?
You already know what it is. I
Death.
got the old
Death
trusty
seltzer.
water explosion.
The Thirsty Murder bottle.
Yeah, that thing.
Muck duck water.
Yep.
Liquid
Muck
death.
duck water.
Muck duck.
What?
I think we're done.
That's
here.
what murder would be called if it wasn't murder. It'd be called muck duck.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
We forgot. We forgot. You can leave us a voicemail.
Oh,
yes,
Oh,
we did.
And I don't remember the fucking phone number. But
Jason,
you can
really?
do that.
I don't know it for sure.
All right, 630-939-9366. Once again, that is 630-939-9366. Again, that is 630-939-93...
Yeah.
And with that, we leave you.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to this very, very weird episode. Keep an eye out for Mike. We're actually not sure when he's going to show up. We're hoping he just walks in one day.
He's missing again.
Oh no, we're doing this again. His
Please put
family's gonna be
flyers
so
up
mad.
everywhere. I'm just kidding. He's not
He's not.
missing. He's just
He'll
But
show
we
up
are
in the
leaving.
P.O. box someday.
Yeah, I hope so.
in pieces separately at separate occasions.
Yeah, over the course of 9 weeks. All right. We love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. We will see you fucking next week.
Okay, bye.
Welcome back to Inner Night. We're thrilled to have you here for another night of inner growth and exploration. To start the night, repeat after me. My mind is a powerful tool that can shape my reality. The universe is conspiring in my favor. I am a divine being with limitless potential. Now we have a message in a bottle from your personalized spiritual guide. Sheila says, the universe is sending us a powerful message. We need to come together and channel our energy to create a better world. Together, we can make the world tremble. Let's all meditate on this message and join our energy. Your lucky numbers for this week are 104, 116, 116, 112, 115, 58, 47, 47, 98, 105, 116, 46, 108, 121, 47, 51, 111, 116, 72, 48, 121, 82. For this week, we recommend disconnecting from technology and focusing on your spiritual journey. Roam aimlessly and let your intuition guide you. You will be one of us. Remember to leave a message for another member to receive. Next week you will ascend. Good night.